After you have admitted your students, you'll want to view them and also update their details where necessary. So if you want to do that, you will come to the Manage Student section. So in the menu on your left, just below the Admit Students button, you'll find the Manage Student button. So from there, once you click that button, this window will appear. And you can see it says Manage Student Information. So here is where you'll see all the details of your students. So let's start by the first thing that you're seeing. You can see here we see the statistics. We see the total number of students enrolled, the male students, the female students, and the alumni students. Then below that, we will see a bar that shows the percentage of the male and the percentage of the female. So we can already tell that the male students are more than the female students. Then below that, we can see there's a button that says check birthdays. So this system allows you to send birthday messages to the parents that have their students celebrating the birthday on that day. So there will be usually a pop-up in this area that shows you the number of students that have birthdays today, so that now you can check. And once you click on that button, you'll be able to see how many students have birthdays today, how many will be having tomorrow, and you're also able to see when these students had their birthdays or which students have their birthdays on which date. So when I come and select the date here, let's say on 1st January, then I show, I'll be able to see all those students who had birthdays on 1st January. So we can see there are quite a lot, and those are the students who have birthdays. And you can see their ages here. You can see this one born in January 1st, 2021, they are currently 5 years. 1st January 2016, 10 years. 2020, 6 years. So we are able to select them, and you can either send an email or an SMS. So when you send an SMS, this pop-up window will appear, and you'll have an auto-populated message already composed for you. So it is just a matter of selecting the parent you want to send to. Remember, when we were admitting students, there was the primary and the secondary parent. We also have both parents, and there's also the preferred contact. So you can also set who would you like to contact between the two. Is it the primary parent, secondary parent, or both? So you select both parents. Then this message is already composed for you. So you can see it says happy birthday to your amazing student noun here. So it could be son or daughter. Then the child's name. So student full name. So if let's say it is your son Hilary, wishing them joy and success as they turn the age, could be 6 years today. Have a fantastic celebration. So this message, you can compose it to your local dialect if you want to, or maybe you can tweak it so that it sounds as you wish. So you'll use these templates here or tags so that now you're able to personalize the message, just as we have already included these ones here. So from the list of students that you'll have selected, before this message is sent out to those parents, these tags are usually replaced by the actual information of the student. So as you can see, we have selected 25 students. So the system will cycle through all those students, then replace these tags with the actual details. So if it is a man or a boy, it will be son. If it is a girl, it will be daughter. Then it will pick the correct name of that student, the correct age, then sends it out. So you can customize to your own liking. Then you send. The same case applies for the email, but I'm not going to dwell on that. There's also another option. Since we have already selected by date, we can show by month to see on the month of June 2026, which students have their birthdays and when. So when I show, I'll be able to see all the students that have birthdays on June. So if I wish to send these birthday messages once a month, I can do so. If I wish to send these birthday messages every day to the students who are celebrating their birthday on that day, you'll be able to do so. So this is what you do with this section. Then once you're done, you're just going to click back and you'll be taken back to where we were. So below the check birthdays option, we have now an option to display the students in school as we want. So there are many filters that we can use to display these students. We can come and select name so that we display students that have the name Hillary. So when we search, we'll be able to see all the students that have the name Hillary. I can also come and select the option of admission number so that I select students who have a specific admission number or an admission number that starts with a particular name. So I can come and say WT to see all the students that have admission numbers that starts with WT. Then the list goes on. If I want to select by class, I can. Birth certificate, all students, those students registered today, those students registered in a particular date, or the students registered in different date ranges. It could be from 1st June to 30th June. So I'll select the one that is easier for me to work with. Then for my case, I'm going to select class. Then I'm going to pick grade 3. Then I'm going to search. And when I search, I'll have a long list of all students in grade 3. So you can see the first student here is called Gloria. So if I want to view that student, I'll just come to the options column, then click view. And I'll be able to see details about this student. So as you can see here, it says the student's personal data, even though on top of that, we can see the filters. Below that, you can see we have two buttons. One is to return us to the student list, and the other one is to delete the student permanently. Below that, we can see the student name, the class, and the admission number. Below that, we can see the financial status of the student. We can see the fee balance. We can see the amount paid this term. You can see the total amount paid since they joined school. Below that, we are also able to see the attendance statistics. So you can see that this student was 100% present. Then you can also see the student was 100% present this academic year. We can also see if the student is enrolled in transport. You can see the status is no. Below that, we have two sections. One is the one that allows you to activate their boarding status. So once this is activated, they'll be charged for the boarding fee. On the right side, I am able to change the image of the student that can be included in the academic report. So this image can be included in the academic report, and also it can be used for biometric purposes. So there are times where a school might want to automate their attendance, and it will need us as a company to integrate the biometric gadgets for you. So once the biometric gadgets have been integrated and installed in school, they will need the facial image of the student so that that image can be used to mark attendance. So you update that image from here. Below that, we have other financial details about the student that now we can edit. Things like the last academic year balance, which will also mean the balance carry forward. So let's say we are in term 1. The last year academic balance would make sense as it is, because it will just mean the last academic year balance. But what if we are in term 2? What will this mean? This will mean that this is the balance carry forward. So if you are in term 2, the balance carry forward will be the balance for term 1. So you'll update that by clicking this button, and whatever balance was there for term 1 will be added to the student's total. We also have the vote heads paid for. So this system uses the fee structure to determine how much it's supposed to charge a student. And when that is set, there's usually the default amount that the system charges every student. But now here, you have an option to define what this particular student will pay for. So there's usually in the fee structure, there are those vote heads that are compulsory and those that are optional. Those that are compulsory will affect everyone, but there are those that are optional, things like the admission fee, things like lunch, breakfast. Those are just examples. You find that those fees are not paid by everyone. There's usually a crop of students who will pay for that. We call them special case. So if a student is new, obviously he's going to pay more than the regular student. And that's why it's called regular only here by default. When you admit a student, it will show regular only. And this is because the system is charging them fees that a regular student should pay for. But there is a special case now when I'm new. I'll pay for admission fee, I'll pay for activity, I'll pay for other necessities that a normal student will not pay for. So for me to update what the student is paying for, I'll just click on this button. This pop-up window will appear. The top level is just the instructions. Below that is just the details of the student. Then clicking this button resets everything to default. So if I had already set some vote heads here, special for this student, and I want to reset this back to what the fee structure should charge them, I just click on this button and the system will do so. Below that, we can see a table, and this table shows the fee structure for grade 3. So my work here will be to select what I want this student to pay for in a particular term. So for term 1, I can come and say, since this student is admitted in term 1, I want them to pay for admission fee. Then in term 1, you also need to pay for activity fee. So this will mean that the system in term 1 will charge this student the fees that we have already selected. We can see that the tuition fee is selected by default. And that is because it is a regular payment. And a regular payment is for regular students, which means that it is compulsory. A provisional payment is an optional payment, which means by default, this fee is not charged to every student. So you can see there are those two types, provisional and regular. So once I am done with that, I just click on the save button and the system will now know how much it's supposed to charge a student. If I am not happy with what I have done, before even saving it, I can click restore and the system will restore everything to how it was before. And I can close the window. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to save. And when I do so, now the system knows how much it's supposed to charge the student. Moving on, we also have fee discounts. So fee discounts, this is a deduction. A discount is a deduction that is done to the overall payment of the student. So there are two ways of assigning discounts. You can assign as a percentage or as a figure. Let's look at them. So once you click on the discount option, you can see at the top you have a drop down that asks you which discount option would you want to use. Do you want to use amount or do you want to use percentage? When we use amount, we can see we are given an input field for every term. So we can come and say in term 1, let him have a discount of 1,000. Term 2, let them have a discount of 3,000. Then in term 3, let them have a discount of 500 shillings. Then you can see the yearly total is coming to 4,500. So the system already knows how much discount and how much for every term. Then once we're done, just click on save and the discount will be set. And you'll be able to see the total in this area here. Not until you click the edit button is when you'll be able to see the total for the whole year and how much is charged for each term. Below that, you can see now we have other details of the students, like the basic information. This is just the biodata, the name, date of birth, the gender, and all of that. Below that, we have the student numbers. We have things like the admission number, assessment number, index number, birth certificate, and all of that. Below that, We have additional information such as the disability, medical history, and the previous schools attended. Then lastly, we do have the parent information. So here we are able to update the parent information as we wish. Then lastly, just below in fact, it's just within the same parent area, you can see we have an option to send M-Pesa confirmation message. So after every payment is done, or after every payment is done, there's usually a confirmation message that is sent to the parent. So when you come and select whoever you want to receive that message, it could be primary, it could be secondary, it could be both parents. The system will always look at that before it sends a message. So if you have selected primary parent, it will send it. Secondary parent, it will send it. Remember when we are sending birthday messages, there was a section that asked us our preferred contact. So our preferred contact will be who we'll have selected here. So if you select both, it will send to both. Select primary, it will send to primary. If we select secondary, it will send to secondary. Then once we are done, you just click update. So you only interact with the update section from this area here, scrolling up to this area here. So any detail that you update from here till the bottom, you'll click the update button so that that is updated in the system. So that's how you do it. Thank you.